Welcome to Garden Chatter, where we connect gardeners, bloggers, and experts so that we can all grow and learn together. Tonight we have a great show. We have a special guest that we'll introduce in just a moment, and she is going to be telling us about the Michigan Nursery Landscape Association, what she's doing with that, and the Great Lakes Trade Expo. I'm glancing up because I had it written because that was all a mouthful for me. So, yeah. So, Bren, do you want to go ahead and introduce our guest?
Yeah, I'm really excited tonight to have Kristin with us. I don't know if you've ever visited the Great Lakes State. They have just amazing landscapes. I mean, you'll look around and it's hard to believe you're in the Midwest. It's just, they do some really cool stuff. So, Kristin, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Keep them warm.
Did it ever thaw out over there, Bren, or is it still frigid?
I probably have the same conditions going on in my landscape that Kristin does. It's like we had a lot of snow and it was really cold, and then it melted a bit for a few days, and then it snowed again. So it makes a big, icky mess, right? You too?
Yes, that's exactly what we have. Yeah, we got a dusting today, and it was beautiful falling, but yeah, like you say, it's quite a mess.
Absolutely. So, Kristin, why don't you just go ahead and tell us a little bit about, I don't know, what you're up to and how you got interested in gardening and horticulture, and then we have some slides we can share of some amazing transformations at your parents' house, right?
That's right. That's right. So that's how I got interested in horticulture and landscaping from the get-go. I was in high school, and my parents bought a new house, and the house that we moved into, well, the house that we moved from it was complete shade, dry, and nothing really grew very well. And we moved into a house that was full sun. The grass was like carpet. The guy who they bought the house from, that was his baby, the grass. And you'll see in the pictures that there's a lot of grass, and it's very nice. But it was too much, and it was irrigated, and so it was a perfect opportunity to start creating gardens. So as my parents started to walk through learning about gardening and landscaping and figuring out what that all entails, I got to go on that journey with them and learn those things. And so throughout high school, my parents allowed me to design some areas of their landscape, and we would buy the plants and install them and see how they grew, and it was an adventure, and it was, I was learning new things every day. And so that was a fun thing to do, and I realized that it could be a career, and that was really exciting. So when I talked to my guidance counselor in high school, he told me about landscape architecture and that they had a program at Michigan State, and so that was what I did. And so I studied landscape architecture and went from learning what the plants do and how they work to learning more about design and the design process, and growing in that way. So it's, and I guess that doesn't really answer the question of where am I now, but that gets you kind of to my love of horticulture and plants and landscapes in general.
That's awesome. I hate to interrupt, but we've got a few people lurking on Twitter. I just want to remind everybody, if they're watching the live stream right now on Google, you can go right up on your right-hand part of the screen, click the little grid, and a Q&A box is there. Just tap that and say hi.
Absolutely. Yeah, just let us know you're there, and maybe where you're at. Well, Kristin, why don't we go ahead and look at some of those photos up till kind of where you left off, and then we can talk about what you're doing now. So let me just share this screen, and we'll take a look. I just love the before and after picture that you have here. So let me Let's see.
It is really quite amazing. And what's funny is I was telling my husband I was telling him about this tonight, and that I was getting these pictures together. I don't. These pictures weren't taken with the intent of being before and afters. I think I just had a camera and I had film in it, and I didn't have anything else to take pictures of. And what do you do when you're new at having a camera? You take pictures of your yard. And so as a kid, I just took these pictures, and it turned out to be quite a useful tool to say, this is what it used to look like, and this is what it looks like now.
Yeah, let's take a look. So here was, well, this was one of the pictures, but let's go to the before. Let's see. There we go. So
it's a lot of grass.
Yeah, a lot of grass. It's pretty much blank.
It's great,
slate.
healthy.
I mean, there's a couple trees.
Yes.
And a couple conifers. That's about it.
Yeah. That's a big
right.
Michigan. That's a big Michigan thing, isn't it?
Big walls.
Conifers.
Oh,
Love
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I love that the house is in the same position in this photo, pretty much. So you can
Wow.
really see.
And that's overlooking a pond that it was one pond, and it grew into multiple ponds as the years went by, and we kind of would add and change and experiment and have fun.
Yeah, it's just fantastic to see so much more diversity, and you either have the lawn, or you can have all this frog habitat here, and
That's
all kinds
right.
of plants and pollinators, and it's just fantastic.
Nice. Oh wow.
So this
Did you
looks like,
did you have any fish in that?
Yes, so we never did koi. We only did goldfish, and it was always a lot of fun. They would have babies, and so we'd watch the goldfish grow and keep having more and more babies. But they would get to be pretty big.
I
I
actually
think
see
some of
some
them.
goldfish in there.
Yeah, they would get to be about maybe 6 inches long.
Wow.
Yeah, which is really pretty good for a goldfish.
I would get kind of scared putting the koi in, like one of the houses we toured up there at the Michigan. Let's see, it was a designer landscape tour this year, and remember they had to put a net over it because birds would get at. I mean, some of those fish they were saying were like $500 a piece. That would make me nervous.
Yeah, me too. And we would get I don't know, the sandhill cranes or the whatever birds come and eat your fish.
Big blue herons, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, here was you. Are you moving on to are you in college? Doing some?
Yes, this was post college, and this speaks to my continued love of landscape. This is from my husband and my honeymoon, and one of the things, what we did, what the purpose of our honeymoon was to visit as many estate gardens on the East Coast as we could. So this was at Nemours. It's a DuPont estate, and this was one of several that we went to. And my husband is a landscape architect, and so we share that love of plants and landscape, and so it's a fun thing for both of us to do together, to get out and see nature and see plants and check it all out.
Very cool.
Yep, this was from one of the other gardens, that was Chanticleer, which I would highly, highly recommend if anyone's going out east. That is definitely one of my top gardens to visit.
Fantastic. So then I had some pictures here of you are coordinating volunteers. So I was wondering, what are you up to now, or kind of maybe bring us up to the present a little bit?
That's right. So like I said, my husband's a landscape architect, and he's self-employed in that, and he designed the landscape for the church that we attend here in East Lansing. And he did the design, and then we coordinated the volunteer effort together, which involved planting over 1,000 plugs of Pachysandra as a ground cover in one of the areas, but then also like 500 perennials and just as many shrubs and a few trees. And it was a huge undertaking, and it was a lot of fun to teach people how to properly plant and to do landscaping in a way that is the right way of doing it. Most of the people that came out just either didn't have much experience or were hobbyists, and so that was a really neat opportunity.
And now you are, I'm not sure, are you a consultant with, or you are employed by the Michigan Nursery and Landscape Association? I have to keep looking at my cheat sheet.
It is a mouthful, you're right.
Okay, I think I got it. But
Michigan Nursery and Landscape Association. I'm their education and certification director. So I plan all of our education programs, the standalone education, as well as at the Great Lakes Trade Expo, which is coming up next week.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Kristin, how long have you been a part of this association?
I've been here for about 5 years, and doing the education certification for that entire time.
And I have to note, Adam, that Kristin is ahead of the shows for landscapes and nursery. It's a small hometown feeling, although they have a large audience, but she is really on top of it with social media and the Facebook, just getting the message out there. And if you go to the show, you'll see signage everywhere. She does a great job. It's just, everybody's just we're all trying to learn how to do this.
That's exactly right. And it's such a challenge to try to see what's available as far as ways to get out and tell people what's happening and all of that. So it's tricky, but we're doing what we can.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I was a little bit curious with the recertification. Is like in Oregon we have the landscaping contractors board, and we have or landscaper board, and then we have a contractors board. And I was just wondering, is that association involved in that kind of certification for sort of licensing, or?
Our certification is called the Certified Green Industry Professional, and it's the statewide, specific to Michigan, which is pretty neat. It's not required by the state. It's not licensed through the state at all. It's purely an optional thing. It adds credibility to an individual, either if they're looking for a job or if they're bidding jobs against other people that may not be certified. So it's probably a little different than what you have.
Well, no, that totally makes sense. So you get your license from the state, and then this is a certification, kind of the icing on the cake.
Exactly.
Extra. That sounds. So, what areas are there? Is there sort of sub areas of the green industry certifications?
There are. We have different professionals who are certified either as nurserymen, garden retailers, landscape contractors, landscape designers, or landscape managers. So you could get any or all of those depending on what area of the industry you're in.
Very cool. So are some of the recertification courses at the Great Lakes Trade Expo? Because it looked like they had a lot of seminars there.
That's right. There are a lot of seminars, and there are a lot of recertification credits. So you can get recertification credits through our program, the Certified Green Industry Professional, at any of the education seminars. But we also offer recertification credits for landscape architects. We offer recertification credits for our state pesticide certificates, for Planet, for the ISA, for the arborists. And I think I feel like I'm missing something.
Well, that was still quite a few.
Oh, I know. It's APLB also for their certification.
Very good. Let's see. I don't know. I was just wondering, like, Bran, you've been to the trade show or the
Yep.
expo, right?
Yes.
So I was just kind of wondering, maybe you guys could kind of walk me through, like, what goes on there? What would someone expect to see there, and kind of what does it look like?
It's really cool. Like I said, it's that hometown feeling. In fact, on our question and answer, Lisa, I always slaughter her last name. Can you help me with it?
Steinkopf.
Steinkopf. Thank you. She's doing a lecture this year on cultivating your green thumb. She just popped in to say hi. We all know Lisa on Twitter as Houseplant Guru, so that's what I'm talking about. They're just so friendly. You walk through the show and they're so excited to share, greet everyone. It's pretty cool.
Sounds good. You want to add anything to that, Kristin?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're truly a family in this industry. Like she says, it's a very tight-knit group, but it's not tight-knit in the sense that we don't let new people in. It's a very welcoming group. So it's fun to be in the trade show. It's the middle of January, and the trade show is blooming. Everyone has their plants. They've forced their plants. They've gotten them ready for the show, and it looks warm. It looks fresh. It's just a lot of fun. So that's Oh, there it is. And
Yeah, I was going to bring it up. Yeah.
And there's not just Michiganders there either. I met some people from Indiana. Paul Zammit was in from Toronto. Boy, who else was there? Just all over the place, huh? Can you think? Who do you think travels the farthest to come to the show, Kristin?
Oh my goodness, who travels the furthest? Probably the people from Oregon, and I guess they're exhibitors usually, but some. Yeah, I would say probably people from Oregon.
Yeah.
Very good.
And this year, good weather.
It looks good so far.
It does. It was pretty rough last year, Adam.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We got the biggest snowstorm since I don't know, like the 70s or something. I don't even know. Like I wasn't even around then.
Oh so, my word. It was bad.
It was nuts. I've never seen anything like it. We got 2 feet of snow in 2 days, and all the airports were closed, and the roads, state of emergency. No one could drive anywhere. So it was crazy.
Yeah. It was cool that we had fun.
What's that?
We did. If you go back to that picture, that's a picture from a seminar that one of our favorite professors is giving the presentation, Dr. Robert Schutzke from MSU. He's an all-star, and this was one of his presentations. And you can tell from the number of people, the standing room only, that he's one of the favorite people to go in here at the conference.
Very good. Should I jump down to this next slide, or should we save that?
Yeah, this is great. This is a fun thing that we're doing this year, and it's almost like a physical version of Twitter. And we're hoping to, or we're planning to use the physical version to also be digital as well. But every attendee will get a notepad with leaf sticky notes. And they will have an opportunity to write an idea or multiple ideas, because it's a pad, that they've come up with either at the show or that they're thinking about for this coming year. And then we're having this enormous tree that you can stick your leaf onto the tree and share your idea with everyone else. So it's a networking, it's a sharing of ideas, and we think it's going to be really fun and really engaging for everyone at this show. So we're excited to see what everyone brings and what everyone learns at the show that way.
Very good.
So there's all right, so Kristin, we have to tell them about the, there's a lot of, I think it's mostly the young university kids that come, or students that come in. Can you talk to us about the landscape challenge you do during the show? I think it's
Yes.
landscape challenge, right? Yeah.
That's exactly right. It's the landscape challenge. So this year there's going to be 3 different teams competing for the title of the 2015 landscape challenge champion. I think that's what the title is. And what they do is they have 2 hours to build a landscape, to design and build a landscape with materials that they have been given on site. So they don't know what they're going to be getting. They usually get pavers and wall stone and mulch and different quantities of annuals and perennials and some trees and different stuff. So they don't know the specifics. They know kind of the gist of what has happened in the past. But there's no saying what's happened in the past is what will happen in the future. So they take all these materials and they design and they build a landscape right then while you're watching. And then all the attendees at the show have an opportunity to visit, to look at each of the landscapes. So you can see them building them in that picture in the front, in the blue shirts and the green shirts. I guess there's some yellow shirts over to the left that are also building. So they build it, and then all the attendees vote to say who has the best design and best quality of workmanship as well. So it's a really exciting part of the show.
That looks like fun. So what age, again, are those kiddos?
Well, it depends. So, yes,
okay.
This year there's going to be a team from MSU, from the Hort Club, and there's also a team from our West Michigan chapter. So those are professionals, those are adults, and then there's also a team from one of the local landscape contracting companies here in the Lansing area.
It's a lot of fun. Got wheelbarrows going through the show. Right?
Yes, that's right. And that's one of the fun things about it is each team has an opportunity to bring in a wheelbarrow, and what they fit inside that wheelbarrow is the unique things that they bring to their landscape. So sometimes different teams have brought water feature type things. Other teams have brought like stuffed animals, not like the kind that you put on your bed, like the kind that is mounted, like taxidermy stuffed animals. So, different things for the different type of experience that you're trying to convey through your design.
Right.
That sounds really cool. I wonder, do you want to tell us about, you've gone mobile?
Yes, we have.
You have an app?
We do. It's really exciting. So this is our first year having an app, and like Bren said earlier, we're trying to stay forward-thinking and trying to be ahead of the game. I don't know that we're ahead, but at least in the game. So we have developed an app. It's on Guidebook. So if anyone wants to download it, you download Guidebook first, and you get that from the App Store or the Android Marketplace. And then once you have that, you search for GLTE or GLTE 2015 and download our guide. And with the guide, you can customize your schedule. You can choose which sessions you want to go to and put those in a customized schedule. It makes it so much easier to make sense of the conference. And then you can also go through the exhibitor list and choose which exhibitors you want to visit and put that on your to-do list. So those are a couple of the really great features that we have with it. We've also been able to upload all of the speaker handouts, and the CEUs are easy to find. It just really has made it so that it's a more interactive experience and a lot easier than the printed program. But not to worry, for those of you who aren't as tech savvy, probably not talking to any of you in a Google Hangout, but if you're concerned about those people who are not as tech savvy, we will still have our printed program and our printed handouts and all of that still this year.
Totally. That's exciting. It's kind of nice to have it all organized right at your fingertips, you know.
It is.
I haven't played with, well, I've got it downloaded and whatnot, but I wonder if you reserve or you note that you're going to go to a specific seminar, if you'll get like a little bing or something or some type of reminder to tell you. Does it do that, do you think? Or
you can set it. So you can choose if you want it or if you don't.
Right.
So if you want
get busy gabbing and and you forget, oh, I'm supposed to be at the seminar.
That's right. Yep. So you can have it send you a reminder, which is really nice that you can kind of have it do what works for you.
Right. And then I don't know, I just got thinking, trying to explain the show to Adam a little more. Now, I've been to Michigan. You're my neighbor. I know how Michigan is making a difference in the environment with the beautiful plantings. You see lots of natives, and like I said, the conifers. There's always lots of trees, not just, there's lots of open space as well. But so how would you say Michigan is making a positive impact on the environment?
In Michigan, we have such a unique, Michigan itself is such a unique place with the Great Lakes and all of the access to water that we have. One of the neat things that our organization is part of a partnership with the Certified Natural Shoreline. And so that's a way that we've been able to, promote a responsible use of our resources. So that's one way, and you're also seeing a lot of that in urban areas with rain gardens and filter strips and all of that, and those are all things that we love to talk about and love to learn more about, especially at the conference. So I think water's really a big issue here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. I see Bill of Plants map popped on finally. He had a little trouble there finding the grid. Hey, Bill.
Yeah, he said, the grid. The grid. Right up here, right? There. It's kind of hard to find the question and answer thing, so you have to click the screen, and then you have to look up at the top right, and there's a little box with like 3 little icons. It seems like Google could have made it a little bit easier. It's not very intuitive, so we need to maybe keep teaching people or make a video or something, and
That's
that.
Cool.
So what, Kristin, what are you excited about? Is there, this year, is there something in particular? I mean, I know you're probably excited about the mobile app, but I didn't know if there's any other things that come to mind.
Yeah, I'm most excited about a special thing that we're doing on Wednesday afternoon. So the show is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And Wednesday afternoon, at the very end of the trade show, we are having an ice cream social. And we're getting the ice cream from the MSU Dairy Store, which I'm sure you don't know, but you should know. They have the best ice cream in the whole world. And so I'm quite excited about that, and it has nothing to do with landscape or anything of that nature.
Well, you'll get to talk and hang out with all the folks there, so.
That's right.
Well, I need to go to Michigan now. I need to try the ice cream and I need to see the landscape.
Exactly.
I gotta get out. I want to go to Ohio and I want to go to Michigan and so many places. I want to go to. Let's see, where's Bill? Is he in West Virginia?
Yes.
I want to go to West Virginia and visit
Virginia.
Bill.
Yeah. Help us out, Bill. They're commenting on the side. Let's see. Freckled Rose is on. I forget her real name. I think it's Angie.
Yeah, I think Angie.
I hate that. When I go to shows, too, I see people and I'm like, oh, hi, like Houseplant Guru. It's Lisa, right? It's like, I mean, Lisa. People must think we're crazy. But now, okay, so Wednesday, one of the nights is a Wednesday night or Tuesday night, we're actually going to the Michigan MS Conservatory.
Yes, on Tuesday night. Yes. So it's on Tuesday night, and that's going to be a lot of fun. We're calling it the after party because it's later in the evening, and it's after a couple receptions, and that's going to be a fun time just to kind of kick back. And we were taking on a work hard, play hard kind of idea. So on Monday we're doing more working hard with some networking during lunch and evening edutainment, education, entertainment. And so then on Tuesday it's time to play hard. And so we're having the reception at the MSU Conservatory, which will be absolutely gorgeous the way they decorate it and have all the plants in there. So that's going to be a really great time.
And everybody, even if you can't make it this year, which if you can, come on over. It's just in Lansing, Michigan. It's a nice, clean drive. You can follow on the Twitter or Instagram and even Google if you use the hashtag GLTE, right?
That's right. That's right.
Which stands for
Great Lakes Trade Expo.
I thought we figured it out. Great Lakes Trade Expo.
You got it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I can come some year. You've convinced me. It sounds really awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, I just a shout out. Kristin Crouch hopped on and said hi, and then Bill says he is in Virginia. Sorry, Bill. I was within a few hundred miles, but
Big difference.
but yeah, not quite accurate.
I love it.
So, thank you for joining us on the chat and the question and answer. Well, thank you so much, Kristin, for coming on and sharing what you're up to and your journey in horticulture and landscaping. It's really fantastic to see what you're up to.
You're very welcome. It was a pleasure to be on. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll wrap with that, and we'll say goodbye.
Thanks. Thanks, Kristin.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.